Tony Khan and Shane McMahon. So this is the other big news of the week. This is from The Observer. Shane McMahon is said to have met, there's a photo of him, with Tony Khan on Monday to discuss possibilities moving forward, WrestleTalk and Fightful are reporting. The meeting was held in Arlington, Texas, where AEW is running a residency at the eSports Stadium until mid-August. In a statement issued to Bully Ray, Shane McMahon nearly said Vince, Tony and I were connected through a mutual friend and we had a great meeting. We talked about many things, but mostly our shared love for the business and the rewards and challenges of working with family. I congratulated him on the 5-year anniversary of AEW and look forward to see how he evolves the business moving forward. So this all started from about a month ago. We were all having a bit of fun. We didn't really think it was going to happen. That Conrad Thompson was the one who actually advanced this theory that Shane had been, sending out feelers to certain people within AEW to maybe, get a meeting and that kind of thing. But Tony, at that time, at least, had not met Shane. Apparently they have. Apparently, they definitely have. There's a photo out there. What do you make of all this? And the photo...
Wait a minute, the photo doesn't show Shane.
Oh, it does. In the top left corner. Yeah. Did you not notice?
That didn't even look like him to me. I don't know.
Okay.
So you got the picture?
I'll get the picture. 1 second. Okay, got it. There he is. Top left. Blood pressure going a mile a minute.
To me, it doesn't look like him.
Oh, it's him. It's him.
Where's his hair?
I think it's under that black square that says HDR.
No, he looks like he's down. Look up on his brow. It looks like he's cut his hair off, or somebody, whoever that is.
Yeah, I can see his grey hair peeking out. He's got a widow's peak now.
Okay, listen.
It is Shane, by the way.
Okay, I don't think anybody just popped in that room, click, and left, and they were looking at it. So was that... Apparently, it was leaked from Tony Khan. Everything's got to be leaked. But I don't know what that does for. It just starts people talking. The old saying is even bad publicity is good publicity. But so the question is now, would Shane McMahon make an appearance in AEW? You think that's possible?
I think it's very possible. Well, there's two different schools of thought here. One, that Shane's looking to get back into professional wrestling and, he's got it in his blood and he wants to do something, whether it be a wrestler, God forbid, or, an authority figure or something like that. I don't know. The other theory, in fact, there's 3 theories. 1, as a performer. 2, as some sort of co-owner or get points in the company or something. 3, that he wants to make WWE jealous somehow, because he's apparently tried to get back into WWE and they're not interested. But maybe if AEW shows interest, then WWE will show interest again. So he might be doing that whole playing one promotion against the other to build interest in himself. What do you think's most likely?
Well, I'm going to agree with some of your points that he misses wrestling. He wants, and he likes it. It's in his blood since he was a little bitty baby, him being around wrestling. But since his dad left, now his dad can't block him. But you know who could block him? Triple H and Stephanie. So she's still there, right?
She's not officially part of the company anymore, no. But she has made a couple of appearances. I think she made one at WrestleMania.
So I don't see him trying to. I mean, Tony's got money, so he may be able to. This may be Tony's idea. I don't know. But I think Shane McMahon entering AEW would be a good thing if Tony would listen to him. Now, I don't know how he can book or not. The last I heard of him, he was in that Battle Royal at, what was it, SummerSlam?
No, it was Royal Rumble. He was trying to put himself over Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. And then that's when his dad fired him.
Yep.
We had to.
He made in that year, he made $900,000 and he didn't do anything. He was very highly paid, Shane McMahon. But
900,000.
Yeah, but the thing is that Shane has sold all his stock in WWE. He has no financial ties to the company whatsoever. He sold his stock years ago when he started trying to venture out on his own, and he was trying to do video on demand Netflix style stuff in China that never got off the ground. So he's spent a lot of money chasing business opportunities that didn't pan out. So,
but I think if he did enter AEW and he had a little power and he could stop Tony from booking the way he's booking, AEW, all they need is some stories. They got the talent. I mean, the talent is it just needs to be, they just need to slow it down and tell some friggin' stories. That's what it is. That's why it's called entertainment. Because look, just compare WWE right now to AEW. It's night and day. And the bloodline, they got hot and they stayed with it. And now when Roman is coming back, it's going to explode, big time explode. So if they could do that, if they could tell a story, and then you can make a star. You can't make a star, and I've said this 1,000 times. This is 1,000 and the first time, 1,001 that I'm going to say it. You can't put a guy on TV on like Collision one week and then put him on the next week and put him over. Then you don't see him for 3 weeks, 4 weeks. You got to stay with the story. Let's go back to the old Memphis days. The stories is what carried the territory. And now the stories changed a lot because we only had a 16-man crew. So you'd have to bring, I mean, if we didn't tell stories with each other, I mean, just going out there and wrestling, people go, they don't want to see wrestling. Really, basically, they don't want to see it. They want to see the story that has wrestling as the background. Now, it sounds, if you said that years ago, people say, "Oh, get out of here! It's wrestling. It's wrestling." I went to Florida one time, and somebody told me, I was riding with a guy, and he said, "You got to go out there and you got to wrestle and you got to do this," because Florida was a wrestling territory. I always heard that, but then I went down there, and hell, I was thinking, hell, this is just like Memphis. It's no different. Just go out there and get yourself over, do your regular things that you did in Memphis. And yeah, people were the same. They would respond. I don't know. Maybe I'm talking to the peanut gallery, but AEW, they have one thing blocking them from actually doing really, really well. It's stories. Tell some stories. Cut your crew down. Tell some stories.
It's funny that we're going to talk about stories actually a little later on with Bryan Danielson, and I'll explain why then. But they have stories. Here's the thing. What they don't have is they don't stick with the stories. And here's the other thing, and I'll explain why later. They have the characters themselves, the major characters have no integrity. The integrity of the characters changes. And it's wrong. It's like Steve Austin, if he just came out in like a dress one day, that would be, it's an extreme example, but that would be against the integrity of what you've believed in and what you believe this character is all about. It wouldn't make sense. AEW does that all the time. I'll explain why later. We're going to stick with Shane just briefly more. Are we going to stick with Shane? I mean, with AEW, we've had Edge going over, Mercedes Moné going over, Okada going over, and none of them have really made any difference whatsoever other than just sort of like take a lot of money out of Tony Khan's bank account.
What you're doing, you're taking a product that was already formed and perfected by another company and bringing it in and devaluing your own ownership of it. That's what they do. So all of a sudden, people don't remember Edge for what he did in AEW. They remember what he did in WWE.
Oh, well, he's having his greatest run ever in AEW, let's not forget.
That's according to Tony. Tony Khan said that.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, Tony Khan really is the master of doublespeak. He should be a politician. Because he can go out there and take and say it. Cornette said this the other day. I just heard this on his podcast. He says he can say it takes 4 times longer to say what he intended to say in his first sentence. And I don't think they're having discussions back and forth with him and Shane McMahon. He just wants that out there. But Shane would help. I would actually like to see Shane there, and I would actually watch it if Shane went in there, if he had some control. So that's all I'm going to say about that.
As far as the photo, quote unquote, leak, he was leaked, quote unquote, to Wrestle Talk. I can't stop saying quote unquote because, I mean, who else would have leaked it? It's obviously Tony Khan.
So anyway, if you think that was not a planned picture, I think I got some land I need to say you in. What'd you say, Georgia? Bung what?
That was
Don't
off
you say
air.
that?
That was off air. I said that.
Oh, you can't say that word.
It was a very rude word I said as well.
Yes, you did. So